Hello, hello, hello. All I can say is hello. Good morning. Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm here. I'm excited to be here. My name is Genevieve Coe. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. And Tuesday mornings, I like to go live and share a little stamping with you. So the reason why I'm a little is because today is a bit of a busy day. My mother-in-law has been in the hospital, and it's almost time for her to go home, so I wanted to go and help her. For those of you that don't know, I used to be an occupational therapist, and so I want to get right in there and make sure all the discharge plans are going well and everything. Anyway, so I thought I was going to be awesome and have everything set to go and pre-recorded, and I did a whole video for you all, which you can't see because there's actually no sound. So that's okay. I'm here live. And it's not a pre-recording, it is live and in person, and so please talk to me, say hello. Sometimes things don't go as planned and we just have to laugh about it. But I just wish I were a technology guru, and I wish that it had not had zero sound, and I don't know what I did wrong. And so sometimes it's like that. But thank you for joining me today. If you're joining live or watching the replay, I love to connect with you. So even though I kind of feel like crying about the whole video I did for you that has zero sound, maybe it's meant to be, because now I get to be live with you and read your comments in person, although Facebook is not showing me any of them, and and I don't know how I make this black line go away. So anyway, say hello. Tell me where you're from, and we are going to do some stamping today. I always love to share news that's going on in my craft cave. So things that are going on, before I dive into the stamping, things that are going on are that I am getting ready for a new catalog launch. January 5th will be the launch of the new spring catalog. I mean, I call it the spring catalog. It's not technically called that because in Australia, I don't think it's spring. But uh, I call it a spring catalog because it's full of like pretty things and flowers, and it's just time to get into some happy crafting. So if you saw my video last week, I had everything all cleaned up. This week it's still pretty clean. Like the floor is pretty okay. I don't think I'm gonna trip on anything disastrous. Hi Carmen, I'm glad you're able to join live. But I got my pre-order, so I laid it all over the table to examine it all. And this past weekend, I just had fun playing. So if all goes well, if I learn how to do things, maybe next week there'll be a video at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. Normally I go 9 a.m. Tuesday every week without fail. But next week, being Christmas holidays and all that, I'm not sure if I will, but keep an eye. I will try if, yeah, and I'll probably just stamp something fun because I've been having fun playing and I don't have any particular agenda. I'm just touching my new things, my new ribbons, my new stamps, and just making pretty things. So I would love to share it with you. So definitely make sure you're subscribing to my email newsletter list. I'll let you know if I'm going live next week, but hopefully for sure the week after I will be going live. So we'll see. It does mean that I have to learn how to do videos that actually have sound. If you missed that, I had a debacle with video, so we'll see. We'll see. Technology and I have a very strong love-hate relationship. This morning, it might be a little more on the hatey side, but next time, maybe it will be on the love side. We will see. So that's what's new and happening in the Craft Cave. What else is new and happening? I got my class registrations open, so I would love for you to sign up for any things that are happening in January and February. The link should be in the description, so go ahead and do that now before you forget. Customer Appreciation Event, January 7th, and then January 27th, I believe. It might be the 26th. Anyway, I believe it's a Friday evening, the last Friday in January. I'm going to do a Stampin' Bingo. And so it's been a while since I've done one. Really, it's a stamping class. You get to make 4 cards. I'm going to be using all new product. But something new I'm going to try is that it will be kind of hybrid. So if you're able to come in person and join me in Markham, possibly right here in my craft cave, it will be wonderful to see you in person. I am just wanting to get back to stamping with friends in person. So if you're able to join me in Markham, register for that. Don't worry if you're long distance or you're not able to, make the trek up to Markham. And also if it turns out the weather is crummy, then we can still do it online. I'll have it set up on Zoom, and you can still play the games and watch the demonstrations and stamp along. Okay, so that's just one thing those just a couple things coming in January. Go to the link and check out everything that's coming. Another Jen and Jen Stamp Camp is coming in February, so it's time to register for that as well. Jennifer and I have been texting back and forth and plotting our class for you, and we would love to have you join in. So those are the things that are coming up, and let's do some crafting. Go ahead, say hi in the comments. I love to read your comments, and as you know, if you join me regularly, I like to pick a happy winner to receive a little bit of happy mail from me. So don't be shy to tell me what you're up to. Do you guys do Christmas baking? I made some cookies, but I'm not giving them to anyone. I am literally eating them myself. We can all use some cookie therapy at this time of year. So, and they're chocolate chip cookies, but instead of regular chocolate chips, I used the mint kind. And so, I don't know, so good. Felt really festive, and I enjoyed it. And normally I'm not a good baker, but I have this one recipe that hasn't failed me yet. So good morning, Rose. Are you in Florida? I hope the weather's wonderful for you. Okay, so let's take 2. I already did this card this morning, but we're gonna do it again. I did it this morning, but you don't get to see it because there was no sound. So we're gonna do it again. It's actually a win-win because then I'll have more cards. And let me flip the camera over. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, here we go. Hi, Karen. How are you? Long time no chat. Are you busy for the holidays? Okay, where's my glasses? Okay, I do like to read your comments. So yeah, keep typing them in. It makes me feel not so alone here. Okay, so this is a link that you can type into your browser if you want to see all my important links. Things like if you need to request an upcoming catalog, if you want to sign up for any upcoming events, if you want to browse and shop my online store, if you want to order tutorials, anything like that here. Now, just a reminder that my fun gift for you, if you do decide to shop online, as long as your order is $60 or more, I gift you with basically a free class in the mail. I'll mail it to you. So if any orders placed in December, online orders $60 or more, in January, I will mail you the cards that I will be showcasing in my live videos in January. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? How's the weather up there? Up in Midland, right? Are you up in Midland? Okay, so that's just a little perk. I love to thank you for your support. So that's just a little perk available for you. Okay, so who remembers what we've been focusing on this month? We have been looking at the exclusive kind of early release products that came out. I can't remember if they came out early this month or last month. But remember this gorgeous Fitting Florets designer series paper. We've actually used it all month long. Oh, I wish I had it. This weekend I played with this paper and made a Hanukkah card, but it's gone now. My husband requested it and he gave it to whoever he was giving it to. But I used this pretty paper for the Hanukkah card. And then earlier in the month, you guys saw what we created, right? This paper can be used for Christmas, but doesn't have to be. It has lots of spring kind of floral sort of themes as well. So we did this card and we did this one. Remember I showed you how you can color in the berries and make them like kind of pop there. And then last week, I showed you how we can use this designer series paper and die cut it to get that. And then in the end, I made this polished pink card, but I had originally planned to do the blushing bride version. And I showed you how to kind of pleat your ribbon there. So that's what we did last week. So who's excited to see what we're going to do this week? So we did Christmas cards, we did thank you. This week we're going to make like a little Valentine's card. It could be Valentine's or just friendship. Hi, France, how are you? Okay, so let's get started. So we've been kind of focusing on these products all month. Today we're going to use the dies a little bit more, these framed floret dies. So they are an early release, which will be officially in the new catalog. This bundle will be available with these lovely dies. We're going to use some of them today. You've seen me use this one in the previous week. Okay, and then, but these products, sorry, it's like Murphy's Law. As soon as I get on here, I'm getting like texts every 2 minutes here. Okay, these ones are only while supplies last, and they'll be gone after January the 4th if they don't sell out before then. So I did check earlier in the week. This gorgeous paper was still available. We're going to use it today. And then this stamp set, I'm not sure. This one might be sold out. You can check. Let me give you the item number if you want to check. 160888. Okay, but I love the font on this. Classic. They're perfect for tags too. Okay, so let's dive into today's card. As I said, we're going to use the dies a little bit more today. And let's cut our card base. We're going to use a basic white thick card base. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be a disaster if you guys couldn't hear me? But I think you would have told me by now if you couldn't hear me. Okay, so let's cut this at 5.5. And then we're going to score it at 4.25. So remember, the scoring blade is the one with the light gray. Okay, and that will be our card base. I'm going to put a layer on top, and I'm going to use the pretty balmy blue color. So let's do that. And I'm going to cut it at a normal size that I often cut for a layer of a card. It's 4 inches by 5.25 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to use another layer. Oh, thank you, Betty. Because in case you missed it, I already did this whole video and there was 0 sound. So it would just be, I didn't cry after the first time, but if the second time there's no sound, I might cry. So it's good to hear that you can hear me. Okay, so let's get a blushing bride layer. I can't help it. I do have a penchant for pink. I do happen to like pink. So we're going to use the blushing bride at 3.75 by 5 inches. 3.75 by 5 inches. So it's just a tiny bit smaller. Now you might think that I'm going to layer it on top. It does add a really nice layer, but I'm not. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put it behind, but I'm going to create a little window in my balmy blue. So let's do that first. Okay, I should try to tidy up as I go. That might be asking too much today, but we'll see. Let's put away the balmy blue and the blushing bride. We don't need that yet again. Okay, so I'm going to create a window in the balmy blue so that the blushing bride can peek through. And this is where I want to show you this fun die that's part of the framed floret dies. It's this one. It's got all these hearts, okay? And you would think that it's going to cut out the middle, but it's not. Let me show you what happens when we cut that. Let me get my cut and emboss machine. And this might be a good time to tell you, if you've never gotten a cut and emboss machine, or, you know, you'd like to get one, news on the street that's been released is that starting January 5th, Stampin' Up! Will have a special joining offer where you can join the Stampin' Up! Family, become a demonstrator, join my amazing team, and you can get a cut and emboss machine, a mini cut and emboss machine, as part of the starter kit. So you can actually pick, now this starts January 5th, but you can actually pick $225 worth of product, plus get the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. You can get it in white, or they have an exclusive boho blue color. And then you pay only $175. No tax, no shipping in Ontario. It's always no shipping, but I think in different provinces, sometimes the tax thing is different. But I know in Ontario, in most provinces, there's no shipping. I'll have to look up which ones do. But you can always just message me. If you have questions about the starter kit and the fun of joining, then you should message me. I am happy to just private message with you. Okay, so see, oh, okay. So see that? It kind of creates a window, this die. Okay, I think you might have seen it last week because we used that die to kind of get these tiny little hearts. So you could use the little hearts, or you can use, like this, create that little window. Okay, so I think that's all we need for that. So let me just move this. Okay. And then this is what I mean. We can put the blushing bride behind and see how it peeks through and gives us these cute little pink hearts. So let's put that on our card. Where's my seal adhesive? Hello, seal adhesive. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. Sorry, I talk to my supplies when they're missing because they should hear my voice and come running. That is my theory. Okay. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put this right on top. So the reason why I cut the blushing bride a little bit smaller is because I didn't want it to accidentally peek out the top or the sides. I just want it to peek through the window. Okay. Oh, let me just... Okay, and then I used another die here. Okay, so this one, let me show you what happens. I already pre-ran it through, but okay. When you cut with this, I put it on basic white. I rolled it through, and you actually get two pieces after you roll it through. You get this very pretty frame, and then you get the inside. Okay, so it actually kind of cuts you two pieces. So with one pass through the big shot, these are the two pieces you get with this die. So it's all part of the same set. So let me just move that. So I did already pre-cut it. So I've got it here just for the sake of time there. And we can just see how perfectly it coordinates. That is totally a Stampin' Up! Thing, that the dies sort of coordinate and work together. So I'm using my fine tip glue here. It's got a really fine little tip, so I can just put a little bit of adhesive around here. Whoops. And then we'll pop that on. Okay, and then I ran exactly the same die. So this, oh, I should put this away so I don't lose it. So this same die, okay, I ran it through with the gorgeous Designer Series paper and got this centerpiece. Okay, so this piece I can save for another project because I won't need it for this card. Just like this inside piece, I can save it for another project. But I had to use that pretty Designer Series paper. It fits perfectly in there. And we will adhere that. Okay, once again. Okay, I'm like, I just used my seal adhesive. Where did it go? Okay. What do you think? Oh, thank you, Marianne. Merry Christmas to you, too. I can't believe we are already the week before Christmas. Sometimes I'm organized, some years, this is not the year. But that's okay. I'm not going to let it stress me out because I think the season is more about just remembering good gifts, gratitude, and yeah, yeah, so I'm just going to focus on going to church and spending quiet time reflecting with my Bible. I'm not going to worry about the fact that I have not sent out the many Christmas cards that I made. And we're not going to worry about that yet. Maybe some of you will get your Christmas card after Christmas. Don't hate me. Just know that I'm thinking of you. Or maybe, unfortunately, you might not get one from me, but I still care about you. So I know. Some years are just like that. But thank you, Marianne. Okay, so here is our card so far. And I said we could use this as a Valentine's card, but it doesn't have to be a Valentine's card. It could just be a friendship card. And I'm going to use the sentiment from the coordinating framed florets stamp. It's called Just a Little Reminder that it says just a little reminder that you're loved. So I'm going to use that one. And I am going to stamp it on a little scrap of white cardstock, basic white cardstock. So maybe I will cut it, and I'll just cut it at 1/2 inch. Okay, just to give us a little strip. I feel like I still have time to send cards, right? It's not too late. I'm not going to give up hope. I'm not going to give up hope. But it's just sometimes life. But I'm not going to let it stress me out. We're just going to enjoy our stampy time now. And, you know, this past weekend, I just had to take some time to decompress. And my way of decompressing was stamping and playing with my new goodies. And I'm telling you, it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So that's why I didn't want to miss our Tuesday time, because I enjoy stamping with you. So I'm just stamping the sentiment on this little strip. It fits just perfectly on a 1/2 inch little strip. And then I am going to kind of cut it on an angle here just to give a little interest. I can put it here, but it just needs something. I kind of did that and I'm like, it needs something. What does it need? It needs a heart punch. So I grabbed my heart punch, which I have used so much. Actually, it's getting a little bit dull. You can see I've used it so much. But what you can do is you can just punch some tin foil. That might help it. But it's still got a pretty clean and crisp edge there. And I'm going to pop this up with the little dimensional. Are you feeling happy? I'm feeling so happy. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Okay, and then we'll have our little sentiment there. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals. I love it that we have 2 sizes now, because the mini ones are good when you have little smaller things you want to pop up and you don't want your dimensionals to show on the side. Okay, and then we'll just dress it up with a little bit of twine. So the Essentials Baker's Twine, Essential Baker Twine Pack or something. It's got all different colors. I used up all the black. Normally there's black in there, but I do have some white, so we'll use some of that white. There's also vanilla and a kind of like a gray granite kind of color. Anyway, the black got all used up. I was doing some kind of project. Oh, I'm glad you like the card. Yeah, I hope it inspires you. And I wanted to give you like just a little bit of idea of those dies, because they are not as they seem. You know, sometimes like these Stampin' Up! Dies, you think they're going to do one thing, but it's not till you actually play with it. You're like, oh. Okay, so maybe that bow is a little big, but the good thing is we can adjust it, pull these tails a bit, make it a little smaller. And the best thing for adhering little embellishments and little ribbons are these mini glue dots. Okay, so there's like these tiny little circles of glue. So I'm just gonna kind of push my little embellishment against it and pop it on. And there is our card. So these are the cards we made this month. I will try to hop on Tuesday next week, but just in case I don't, at least you've got your four card projects, and you can see how I used. Really, the feature product of the month was really this designer series paper. Clearly, I was in love with it. So you're not going to want to miss nabbing it before it's gone. The Fitting Florets designer series paper. So there you go, my friends. Thanks for joining me. It was almost worth doing this video twice because, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with this video of me that I pre-recorded that has zero sound, but I'm probably smiling a lot, showing what I created. But missing sound. It could be like one of those old-fashioned movies where people are just like making all the gestures, but no sound is coming out. Okay. So thank you for joining me. Please come and stamp with me in the new year. I would love to stamp with you, see some of you in person if you're able to make it to Markham. If you're not, I have lots of online options too. So just click the link in the description to check out my upcoming class schedules and sign up for whatever you want. I'd love to share stamping with you. Even though life is always busy, I know many of you can relate. It's just so important for me to share what I love with you and hope that it brings you a little happiness too. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful, restful season. Bye for now.